Alright, so we are back in my garage today with the 8365 on the small door. And it's starting to get pretty close to the point that I'll finally be able to start doing opener swaps here again. It's finally starting to warm up, snow's starting to melt. Yes, we still have this much snow at the end of March, but that's normal for here. 8365 there. The linear model LDCO 850 on the big door. This thing has been running great. Still super quiet. The only real update on this thing is I took the wires off the rail and put them in my drill and twisted them together. I meant to do that when I first installed it, but I just forgot to, but I did do that. The only thing that I think I'm going to have to do to this is strip the antenna and extend it over to the third stall because the remote range on it really isn't that great. But anyway, we're not here for either of these openers because I have something new to show you guys today. So for a while, the oldest opener I've had in my collection has been my V-Belt Sears model 139.65, hold on, 651 500 I want to say. I'll check later and put it in the description if I'm wrong. But for a while, that has been the oldest opener in my collection. But that has now changed because yesterday I was looking around on Craigslist and I found this. This is an overhead door Automate. I think early 60s is when this was made, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I was looking around on Craigslist, I saw this, and I was like, oh wow, that's cool. And then I saw that it was really close to me, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get that. So today I went and picked it up, and I got it. This thing works great. This thing is nice. So this is, I believe, a 1/4 horsepower. I can't actually find any specs. And I'm not sure, by the way, if this and the 70Z-1 are the same thing. I thought this was a 70Z when I got it, but it says Automate. I'm not sure if those are the same thing or not. But anyway, I'll just kind of show you around this thing here. So you can see, obviously, you've got the motor right there. And it is a V-belt drive. This is the only reduction there is in here. And actually, this is a brand new belt, is what the guy told me. And this belt, or actually, when I got this thing, the limits were out of whack. So I did have to fix those, but it was pretty easy to do that. So you've got your reduction there. That is your drive sprocket there, and then it goes into this box. This is where your limits are. And then, well, on the back of this thing, this is a relay-based opener. There's no thermal light delay. The light on this thing is governed by the relay. So whenever the door starts running up, the light turns on. And whenever it starts running down, the light shuts off. And you can see, then we have this sprocket up here. This is basically for the force control. And the way it works, I gotta come around again. So there's a little switch right here. And what happens is you basically would tighten this spring. And what happens is when the door hits something, this sprocket gets a bunch of tension on it because it's trying to pull, because the chain is pulling this way. If you're pushing up on the door, it's going to pull this down. And then what that's going to do is it's going to push this piece down enough to hit this switch, which stops it. So, come over here, this rail is just 2-inch door track, which I actually might need to check at some point if this rail will fit on my commercial openers, because if it does, then I can actually do stuff with my commercial openers. Well, this is just 2-inch door track. Up here, this little piece of wood here is just to support the chain and keep the load off of those sprockets there. And up the front here, your front idler is just a plastic little pulley with the header bracket is right here. And then this is your trolley. Your chain adjustment is right there. It's spring loaded. And then there is a drop off arm. You can see it just opens up, hooks around the trolley, and engages. So yeah, and then the other thing is that this opener actually came with radio controls. This is not the original set. You can actually see the radio set that you were supposed to use on this is the Telectron model RA40-8U. So this would have come with Telectron receivers. Being 1960s, it would have been analog. This is a digital set. I'm not sure what the model of this is, but it's a 340 megahertz. It says Touch and Go. And it came with two, they're pretty beat up, but it did come with two remotes. This one right here, the case is falling apart on it and it's missing the battery cover. This one here is missing the dip switch cover, but the case is actually in nice condition. I might make one good one out of these, so I guess I'll just take the battery cover. I don't know, but these are pretty beat up. But, and actually let me unplug this thing so I can show you this. These remotes, I've actually been wanting these for quite a long time. These are the buzzer remotes. They both work. I've been wanting one of these buzzer remotes for quite a long time, so I am very glad to have that. And yes, this radio set does work. You can see the way I have this hooked up here is I'm trying to think, I believe, well, the wall button hooks up to the two outer terminals, and I think this might be power. No, I'm not actually sure how this wires up. I think this is the power wire, but for some reason, this is the way I got it wired. Is there was the red and blue wire on terminal P, and then the black wire on terminal S. So I don't know why it was wired up that way, but hey, it works. So anyway, yeah, that is the overhead door automate. So I will plug this thing back in, and then I will run it a couple times for you. All right. I'll grab the remote, step back to right here, and we'll run it. And back down. And yeah, you can see, so as soon as it starts moving up, the light turns on, and as soon as the door starts moving down, the light will shut off. But yeah, you can see this thing works great for like a probably 60-year-old opener. It's super smooth, and this thing is quiet. It's quieter than the 8550 was. So yeah, why don't we run this again here, and I'll get you a shot of the V-belt on the side here. And I'll use the other remote too and show you that it does work as well. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So I'm not sure if this will work on the small door at all. Hold on. Alright, sorry, there's someone walking by and I was getting weird looks. But anyway, so this one, it should work on the small door. I just have to swap out the header bracket temporarily. But it looks like to make a short rail out of this, all I would have to do is take some 2-inch door track and cut it down to the right length. And then this will work on the mini door. And I mean, if you guys want, I will measure later and see if this will fit on either of my commercial openers. If you remember, I have that old Power Master and then the LiftMaster medium duty, both trolleys. So if this rail fits on those, I'll put it in the description or comments or something. But if you guys want me to try to show my commercial openers on anything, let me know, because I can try. But yeah, that is the overhead door Automate. And again, I'm not sure model 70Z-1 or not. I don't really know. And by the way, this thing has a really, really long power cord. This is probably like a 6-foot power cord for something this old. And I will show you the light here, how that works, so you'll see. As soon as I start running this up, the light turns on, and when I push the button, instant reverse, the light shuts off. If I reverse it again, the light turns on. So yeah, alright, well that is really about it. That is the overhead door Automate. So thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one.